Brick streets, one of the ties that binds Athens and Oxford. There are many similarities between Ohio University and Miami University, and that's part of the reason why this rivalry is so great. The football edition of the Battle of the Bricks turns 90 on Saturday. It's 5-2 and 2-1 Ohio takes on 0-7 and 0-3 Miami. Hi everybody, I'm Russ Eisenstein, the voice of the Ohio Bobcats. 90 games old. Can you believe it? Think about all the stories that have come from those first 89 games and all of the stories that surrounded those first 89 games. It's historic, it's traditional, it's an in-state clash, and a conference contest. It's been played many times before, and it will be played many times in the future. There's a good amount of respect, there's a good amount of dislike as well. Really, it's what college athletics is all about and what sports are all about. It's a rivalry that has a short and long-term memory. For Bobcat fans, the short-term memory is what's a sticking point now. Ohio went to Oxford last year and lost. The Bobcats took their first loss of the season against the Redhawks last season. It was week 8 of the year, and the Bobcats were 7-0 going in. Redhawk fans rushed the field at the end of the ball game. It was the end of a 6-game streak for the Cats against Miami. From Miami's standpoint, you would imagine that picking up their first win of the season in this battle against the Bobcats, well, that would carry a great deal of weight. It's been a rough run for the Redhawks, however. Let's take a look at 2013 Miami football. Miami rides an 11-game losing streak in Athens on Saturday. The last victory was over Ohio. The Redhawks were in the MAC championship game in 2007, went 2-10 and 1-11 in 2008 and 2009, won the MAC title in 2010, and 2 4-8 seasons followed. While they are winless, the non-conference schedule didn't set them up for success with games at Marshall, Kentucky, and Illinois. They did lose just 14-0 at home in their rivalry game with Cincinnati. They lost at Central Michigan by 12, and in the last 2 weeks had 2 7-point setbacks at UMass and at home with Akron. On Sunday, October the 6th, the day after the loss to CMU, head coach Don Treadwell was fired after 2+ seasons. Former Miami quarterback Mike Bath is the interim head coach. As the record suggests, they're at the bottom of the MAC in many statistical categories. MU is outgained 469 to 226 on average per game. It has the worst total offense in the MAC and the second worst total defense in the league. Senior quarterback Austin Boucher has thrown for 916 yards and is on the wrong side of the TD-INT comparison, 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. DeJuan Scott has 253 receiving yards and a touchdown. On the ground, the Redhawks have just 2 rushing touchdowns this year. Defensively, middle linebacker Kent Kern is a team-high 66 tackles. As a unit, they have 9 sacks and 8 interceptions. Their opponents have an eye-popping sack total, 22. Surprisingly, they're +5 in the turnover department. In addition to the rivalry, this is a big ball game for the Bobcats because they're in an East Division race. This is the final Saturday contest of the year. Up next, Maction. Mactacular midweek meetings on November nights, starting with tough Tuesday tilts on the road at Buffalo and Bowling Green. Those games are vital and upped in importance if Ohio takes care of business against Miami on Saturday. We've got a ghost out, a white out, it's Halloween in Athens, and the Battle of the Bricks. A lot of stuff going on, and it should be a lot of fun. Tickets are still available, but they're going fast. It's on ESPN3, and our radio network coverage starts at 1 o'clock with the pregame show and the kick at 2. It's Ohio and Miami. That's our game week preview. For Tony Yermain, I'm Russ Eisenstein. This is Bobcat TV.